Hey everyone, Sheila here from Lifewithpets. So today we actually broke down this 20-gallon long tank. We've put the fish into other fish tanks and we took out all the shrimp, which let me tell you took forever. And the big crypt in the right corner there, we actually took and put into the 125-gallon, and that thing was huge. This is actually only a portion of it. We broke a lot off to keep to put in the new tank, and also we put some into the 75-gallon. Absolutely amazing growth on that plant. So why did we break down the tank, I hear you ask? Well, I wanted to have a go at some different coloured shrimp, and as many of you know, we already have a lot of tanks set up, and so the best way we thought we would do that is to do a divided tank with our tank dividers and actually silicone it in place and make two completely separate tanks out of the 20-gallon long. We are also going to break down the 20-gallon tall tank. As you can see, it is absolutely overloaded with guppy grass. This has actually all sold, and it's got a ton of shrimp and snails in there also. The snails will be going into the 75, and the really good shrimp in that tank will be going into the new divided tank. So what we did was we measured the tank, and then we put some blue tape on and then marked, don't know if you can see that, we then marked where the center was, and we also did another one on the bottom and then the same on the other side. And then we put the divider in, and then we've used silicone to put it in place. We did do it, if I just move this light, we have done it in the bottom, so we've done it up all the sides, and then we've done it along the bottom. I don't know whether that is actually showing up on camera there. And we've then even done it in the sides here along the top there, and nice and neatly all down the front. If you are wanting to use our dividers for shrimp, then obviously you would need the no holes. There are no holes in this one, and you would have to silicone it in place. Because baby shrimp are so tiny, even though our dividers are a very, very good fit in a tank, they would still be able to get through. And so you would have to do that silicone. So this is the silicone that we chose to use, and what you do need to make sure is that it is non-toxic. We did decide to go with an aquarium brand silicone, so if you choose not to do that, you do need to make sure that it's got nothing in it and that it is totally non-toxic. So for substrate, we did decide to do sand, and we have done black in one side for the red shrimp and white in the other side for the blue shrimp, and that is so we can show the shrimp off. This sand, I think it was from Petco. I will say that it was great in that we didn't have to barely wash it, and it didn't cloud the water up too badly either. In fact, I would say it barely clouded it at all. It was completely clear within, I think it was about 5 to 6 hours, and that was just with using sponge filters for filtration. We did do a few arts and crafts for decorations. What I wanted to do was sort of like almost make like little trees, but we wanted them to stand up where there was no risk of them falling over and hurting the shrimp. So we decided to super glue some choya wood. I will leave links in the description box below if you're interested in giving this a go yourself. We do sell the choya wood on our website. The slate, unfortunately, is no longer available. We did get that from Michael's, but it was a very long time ago, and they haven't had it in probably about 4 or 5 months since I've been able to get it. When we did super glue these on, it did take quite a long time for them to dry, and I think that's because the wood was quite porous, and so the glue initially soaked into the wood. So what we actually ended up going back and doing was putting a coat of the glue on the wood and just giving it a minute or two, and then we actually then did it onto the slate and then stuck the wood onto it, and that worked really well. And I would say they were completely solid. It was probably about 5 to 10 minutes that we had to wait, and it was done, and we could literally lift them up by the choya wood, and the slate stayed stuck on. I then got some of the Marimo moss balls and sort of just gently opened them out so that it sort of almost formed like a little tree top, and this did take quite a while, sort of keep teasing it open. And I did some super glue in the middle so that again it would stick onto the choya wood, just simply so that they weren't going to be floating around the tank, or that they couldn't be knocked off maybe when I was cleaning the tank. Once that was all done, it was then time to get the shrimp acclimated and into the tank. So once the shrimp had arrived, I set up a acclimation little centre in front of the tank, whereby I took some airline tubing and I started a siphon going from sort of each side of the tank that they were going into. I tied a knot up towards the end of the tubing, and then as you can see it is just dripping in. I usually do this until the water is about double what was in there to start with, so however long that takes, it just depends on how much it's dripping into the dish. I wanted to show you before adding the shrimp that you can see that one side is much lower than the other, and as we were filling them up I just wanted to be absolutely certain that it was completely sealed. We did leave it like that for about 10-15 minutes and there was no change, so that just showed that they are two completely separate tanks. So this is the finished tank. We have a jungle on the left and mossball canyon on the right. I really don't know what to call that one, but there are a lot of mossballs in there. So we did get blue shrimp. These are blue fantasy shrimp. They came from Rob at Flip Aquatics. This is not a sponsored video. I did pay for the shrimp. We also got some cherry shrimp, and I will say he was very kind and added some goodies for the shrimp to eat as well in the box. So shout out to Rob for some beautiful shrimp. So the reason for doing this tank is we wanted to try a different colour of shrimp, which obviously is the blue shrimp, but we also wanted to see if we could improve even more on the colour of our reds, and so we wanted a designated tank that we can put our sort of best reds in there and hopefully breed the colour right back into them. Red shrimp tend to vary a great deal in colour and there are a lot of different grades. However, most of ours are a very deep red colour and we're wanting obviously to continue that, and so we have been investing money into our shrimp to really get a deep vibrant colour. The blues, they are always a colour I have absolutely loved for such a long time, but tank space was an issue, and then we decided that hey, why don't we just do a divided tank, and then that way we can have two different colours in the one tank, and I do think that it's worked out really well. I know I'm going to get this question a lot in the comments, and that is, are the shrimp for sale through our website? The cherry shrimp are already available on our website. We've been selling those for probably well over a year now, and as at the making of this video I do know there were some available. If they've already sold by the time you go take a look, there will be some more up in the coming weeks. As for the blue ones, those, it's going to be a while before we put those on up. Obviously we need to build up a really big, strong, healthy colony before we can start selling them, so they're not going to be up for many months to come. I do want to say a big thank you to Rob from Flip Aquatics for sending these to me. They are absolutely beautiful, especially the blue ones. I absolutely love them. They're everything that I was hoping they would be. So if you're wanting some blue shrimp, then go ahead and check out Flip Aquatics. I will leave all the links in the description box below. I will also leave links to our tank dividers if you want to check those out and maybe set up a tank like this. If this is something that you choose to do, then make sure you go ahead and tag me on Instagram at Lifewithpets72, and I could then maybe put that post up on our story, or if you use our dividers in general, if you send me a picture of them on Instagram and tag me in it, then I will put as many of them up on our story as I can. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed and would like to see more videos like this, and also the notification bell. Alright guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.